Hello guys and welcome back to another video. So as you are going to see from the whole castle snow, the Night King invasion is back. This is going to be an old event that is coming back into the game, but this time it's going to be with a nice twist and some rewards that we have never seen before in the game. So as we're going to see, uh, according to the series and the books, of course, the wall has been broken down by the blue dragon that Night King is using, and the wall has been breached. And from the breach of the wall, we have White Walkers storming Westeros. So the Night King invasion is going to be exactly that. The attack of the Night King against the living and the attempt of each kingdom to defend their homes and their families from the White Walkers and the Night King invasion itself. So as we're going to see here, Night King is going to be on the map. He's going to have his White Walkers and his general protecting him at the start of the invasion, of course, but as he keeps moving inwards, as we're going to see here on the battle map, here is the wall and he's moving down and working his way towards Winterfell. Here on Winterfell you're going to see some beautiful castles representing the different factions that they're fighting against the Night King. So we have Northern Cavalry, we have the Unsullied, we have some lords and ladies like Melisandre, Sansa, Jon Snow for example. We got the Thraki on the map as well, of course, and they're very close to their leader, Daenerys Targaryen and Grey Worm, as well as we got Tyrion Lannister. So those castles here are going to represent the armies of the north defending against the invasion of the Night King. So the event itself, it's a PvE event, so we're fighting against the AI. This fighting is going to take different stages. Every day the army of the dead is going to march forward, and after a certain time has passed, that is going to be available to see here. In 20 hours, for example, from now, we are going to be able to attack the Night King himself and try to kill him in order to defend our kingdom. There are two reward stages on this event. We have the Night King damage and the White Walker damage. The rewards are pretty similar, with the difference that the Night King damage is going to give you the Night King invasion coupon for the castle exterior, and the White Walker damage is going to give you the unyielding coupon for the marching animation. Both of them are really good. Sadly, they are only for 30 days. I really hope they were for longer. But both of them are really good and useful in case you don't have different castle exteriors and army exteriors, marching exteriors as well. So let's start with the solo stage rewards as well. There are three ways to get your points. First of all, we have the White Walker elimination points from killing tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 and tier 5 troops. And this is going for 1 point, 1 point for tier 1, 1 point for tier 2, 2 points for tier 3, 4 points for tier 4 and 10 points for tier 5 for the White Walker troops. And the general points are going to be exactly double compared to the White Walkers. Since general base stats are going to be a little bit bigger, it makes sense that the reward is going to be even bigger as well. And if you go to the Night King himself, as you're going to see here, the rewards are going to be doubled as well compared to the White Walkers. So we're going to have 3 points for tier 1 and tier 2 troops, 6 points per tier 3 troops, 12 points per tier 4 and 30 points per tier 5. But of course Night King is going to be the strongest AI in here, so it makes sense he gives more points. There are several reward stages for your solo points or solo eliminations, and this time they're pretty good in my opinion. We start with the retrospection weapon, which is the weapon for Shayla. This is going to be a very good passive weapon that we're going to talk about. And as we progress down, we are going to see that after 2.5 million elimination points, we are going to start getting Night King commander medals. So we got one on 2.5, one on 3 million points, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 9, 15 million points. So we are going to get a total of 7 Night King medals, which in my opinion, getting for free those just for fighting is very good, and it's going to help us increase the level of our Night King and eventually one day to manage to get him on legendary quality. One thing that I forgot to mention is that by killing Night King, you're going to get additional rewards for killing him. So for the first time in the game, we're going to be able to acquire Sapphire Essence for the Blue Dragon completely for free. So there are going to be some different reward stages depending on how fast your kingdom is going to kill the Night King. So, and if he kills him, so you're going to have a 25%, a 50% and 75% damage dealt to Night King for the first rewards, and the last three are going to be for killing the Night King within 3 days, 2 days and 1 day. And of course, the faster you kill him, the more Sapphire Essence you are going to acquire. So as I said, this is the first time you're going to have this kind of rewards, and also some friendship chests, blood diamonds and healing speeds. So make sure you have your whole team together and ready to gang the Night King and kill him as fast as possible. And also I would suggest to split your alliance in groups and do multiple rallies against him, since I think that the alliance can only do one rally against Night King. So splitting up the alliance and doing rallies against him is going to be the best way to kill the Night King fast and effectively. Going back on the reward stage, here there are two reward stages, different leaderboards. We have the Night King damage, which right now it's not available since Night King is still unhittable, but the White Walker damage leaderboard is active from the start of the event, and as you're going to see here, we are going to get different rewards depending our spot. For the first spot, we're going to have 10 retrospection chests that are going to give us either fragments or the weapon itself if we're lucky. 30 days unyielding coupon for the marching exterior, 20,000 blue diamonds, and 20 by 200,000 gold dragons resources. Additionally, each day we're going to have another reward stage for killing White Walkers, so we're going to get one retrospection box as well, and a small bonus for training some troops. Training troops, it doesn't specify the quality, so you can train just tier 1s and get the rewards from there. But I think that's enough talking. Let's do some actual fighting for now and see how the overall Night King invasion plays out. So here we are on the area that we can attack the White Walkers and the generals, and as you're going to see, there are going to be multiple castles of White Walkers and multiple castles of generals. Usually the generals are a bit stronger than the regular White Walkers, but that doesn't mean that the White Walkers themselves are weak. So you can just port close to one of the generals or White Walkers to reduce the time that you need to go against them, and you can kinda scout them by moving your mouse on the exclamation mark under the remaining troops, and here you're going to see the combat rate, the total stats and the troop stats that each White Walker has. So this one doesn't look like very strong, so we're going to initiate an attack against him. This is going to be a solo attack, but rallies are highly recommended to reduce the amount of troops that you're going to lose, and also make sure you kill more White Walkers. So this is going to count as a defeat, for example, but as you're going to see here, we are not going to lose many troops. In reality, you only lose 10% of the troops that you are sending, so sending 10% mid-shield in front is going to save you your troops. So sending 100,000 tier 1s is usually highly advisable, and just for a good measure I usually send tier 3s as well before I send my tier 4 or tier 5s. So as you're going to see here, the defense setup is going to be different every time. It's going to be random, so not a single White Walker is going to have the same defense every time. But sometimes you're going to see that, for example, for me, I'm usually sometimes very unlucky and I keep uh, hitting against the cavalry, so I'm going to have reduced damage. But of course, the times that I'm going to hit against spearmen, for example, my damage is going to be even bigger. Make sure you heal between attacks, of course, as you're going to see here, especially if you have tier 1s. The healing is going to be instant and the resources needed is going to be very small. Let's do another attack against a general to see the difference in the outcome. But as I said, it really depends if you're going to hit a counter frontline or not. So as you're going to see here, I'm going to hit against cavalry and actually kill almost nothing, and also lose a good amount of troops in here. So generals, of course, are a bit stronger and deal a lot of damage compared to the regular White Walkers, but they also give you more points. If you are on the area of the dead, really close to them, you are going to start getting solid attack and rallied, as you're going to see here. The rallies are not very big, but they can deal some damage, especially if you don't have tier 1 frontline. After a while, they're going to start doing more and more damage. So as we said, having tier 1 frontline is going to be highly advisable in order to reduce the cost of the overall event. So get your friends together, make some nice rallies and start attacking generals and White Walkers for the first few days. And as you're going to see here on the Night King invasion tab, after a few days the Night King is going to be available to rally and kill. If you are that strong, of course you can solo, but as I said, rallies are going to be suggested in order to make it faster and also reduce the amount of losses that you're going to have. So what happens in case you don't want to be next to the generals and White Walkers and get rallied? The way to go around that is to go on the battle map and stay on the areas that are green and not the darker color. By staying on the areas that they are green, like for example here, if I stay on Winterfell and stay close, usually staying close to Nightwatch castles is going to make you to be able to stay safe and not lose your bubble. As you're going to see here, some members of this alliance are staying close to Nightwatch troops and they're rallying from here, attacking from safety, and they cannot be rallied from the White Walkers and the generals. Personally, I find it easier for me to collect points by staying in the gray area and have rallies against me, since my defense is pretty strong and I can tank them pretty effectively, since getting hit by them and killing them is going to produce points. So you don't have to only attack. If you want, you can stay here and tank some rallies continuously in order to accumulate more and more points. So let's see here, as we're going to see, I'm getting rallied. The rally is not that big, 2 million rally size is not that bad. So if I just do some relocation, the rallies are going to instantly hit me. And of course, as I said, first thing first, you heal your hospital. And now we can check the rallies. I have 3 rallies hitting me. They got all of them got annihilated from my defense, and all of them produced a good amount of points, since I killed almost 2 million troops here and another 2 million troops here, and on the third rally 1.8 million. So all these troops dead are going to give me more and more points in order to get my ranking rewards, which of course you're going to fight over the rest of the kingdom, so making sure you do it the most effectively and faster than everybody else before the event ends is going to be the better outcome for you. So I think that pretty much concludes the Night King event. The Night King himself is going to have the stats of the strongest player of the kingdom. So if your kingdom is very strong, you're going to have a very strong Night King, and his generals and white workers have a bit lower stats but still quite strong. If you're on a weaker kingdom with weaker players, the Night King and the generals and white workers are going to have accordingly adjusted to that kingdom, so everybody gets the same chances to kill generals, Night King and white walkers. So hone your weapons, assemble your friends, get ready your resources in order to heal your troops, and go out there, kill generals, kill white walkers, and eventually slay the Night King himself, and prove that the living are much stronger than the dead. So thanks for watching, guys. This event is really fun for me, brings back memories from the old days when we have similar PV events that we had with our alliance. So this is going to be a good event for me to hang out with my friends and kill white workers. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one.